Good morning. Good morning. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm having some serious issues with my system today. Has to do with my editing software. Anywhoser, welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. I'm your host, Patrick Vallejos, coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. Looks like we have some updated information on Abby and Libby's case out of Delphi. And just as we predicted, another delay. A delay to October. Hey, wasn't that when the trial was going to be anyway? Before they requested a speedy trial? Hmm. What's up, Teresa? What's up, Brad? Hey, I caught your live stream. Molly, just heard about this. What a bummer. Oh, well, don't have to figure out how to watch Delphi and Karen retrial at the same time. But hi, everyone. I'm off to an appointment. Later. Bass girl. Just kidding. Been a while, bass girl. He does look a little crazy, huh? We put that photo up. Like, why does he have his eyes wide open? That shit don't make no sense. Hey, good to see you, Audrey. Defense pulled out of the speedy trial, so back to October. Yeah, I told you guys. Can expect a delay. And now it's possible they can find another way to delay the trial. But I think now we should be expecting the plea deal. Because you have whispers. Frank Meister was in court this morning, and apparently Richard Allen's defense team went ballistic in there. I mean, he thought they were going to be held in contempt. And then I also believe Baldwin muttered under his breath that they were going to try to get Goal removed. So he said that in the middle of the courtroom. They have no intention of going to trial, guys. They're probably trying to figure out how they haven't been kicked off this case already. But I think Judge Gall is fully aware that she's got two spoiled brats by the collar. She's kind of hanging them, and their feet are dangling. So she's not going to overreact like she did before. Now she knows what the deal is. She can see the writing on the wall. But I'm more interested in what Nick's been talking about recently as well, from what we hear today from Frank being in the courtroom. Something about sealed information that is damning. Now, the defense has to know what that is. I mean, it can't be kept secret from them. The defense can be kept from talking about it, but what do they have that's sealed? If it was DNA, why would it be sealed? DNA, I feel, would fall into the same kind of category as the unspent bullet. But then again, they're not going to put everything in the PCA. They don't have to. And the defense team isn't going to go ahead and tell us everything that's hurtful for their case, right? That doesn't make sense. That's not good business. Good to see you, Boston. Wanda, welcome in, Ryan. Patricia, welcome. Hey, Shadow. Yeah, I just hope they're hanging in there. Justice is coming. The only reason we're here on YouTube trying to explain everything is we've been following this case for so long. And I don't like to see you guys out there all panicked, being gaslit and things like that. I don't need to attack any other creators. You guys know who I'm talking about. So we don't have to go after them personally. I'm just here to make sure you guys see another point of view. I've gone through the outrage, I've gone through the conspiracies, I've gone through it all. So if I can save you guys the headache, maybe you won't waste your time and you can build from the top of the skyscraper, not the basement. Hey, what's up, TJ? Miranda Lee, Yankee Ghost, good to see you. Hey, Julia, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Shocker. Right? Hey, Nick, you awake? What, guys? We're ready. You sat on my back foot, not while I'm sleeping in bed. No, but I'm serious. We're ready. Let's go. For trial? No. Let's talk deals. What's up, GP? Melissa Wildcard, welcome in. V, good to see you. Miranda. Jerry, good morning. Courtney, how are you? No. He looks like his attorney. I don't know. Who's to say that's not what he looked like on that damn bridge? And what's going on with his eyes? Crazy. He's like hypnotizing me. Purple Haze, welcome in. Night Shadow, Purple Haze. Melissa Wildcard, GP, welcome in, guys. Robin B. Susie. Hey, Knockface. Clean up the beard, and with the longer hair, he is pretty much the spitting image of the younger guy sketch. That's interesting. Let me pull up quickly paintbrush. We'll put that to the test. Since people hate comparisons so much, and when I mess with this kind of stuff, it triggers them. Okay, so let's take this new mugshot and mix it with the young guy sketch. Welcome in, Ziggy. So what, from the ears down, maybe? Let's try this. Hmm. So, what do you guys think? I'm not seeing it. Paint shop's not the best. Good to see you, Ziggy, Miranda, Brian. Yeah, she picked them. They're all in on it. That's how a real conspiracy is ran. Even the defense would be in on it. You think he looks younger there? Good to see you, Todd. The connection, finally. I don't know. Why is it sealed? The only thing I remember being sealed was the Keegan Klein stuff. But recently they were telling the defense not to mention it. Were they telling them not to bring it up because it is sealed or because they have no interest in it and they don't plan to use it as evidence against Richard Allen? Is it a tipster? A witness, maybe? Miranda says the defense side is blaming the delay on goal, saying it's her fault because she didn't allot enough time for the trial in May, so they had to withdraw the speedy trial motion, so she gave them no choice. It's not the way I see it. Their client's been in jail for what, over 2 years? An innocent man does not act like this, guys. These attorneys are acting as if they don't want to let go of this big case, this high profile case, at the expense of not only Richard Allen, the victims' families, but also the state of Indiana. Good to see you, Charlotte. The Saint, welcome. Cannot believe, can't believe it. I tried to warn you guys, man. I tried to warn you. Thank you, V. I hate you was right on this, Sleuth. I'm devastated. I know. I want a trial too. But I'm telling you, we're dealing with the proactive, sophisticated criminal here. I don't know if he's done anything like this before, but he could have spent his whole life fantasizing about it, how he would get away with it. But he seems to be, if he's guilty for this, he seems to be very he seems to be adaptable. He can adapt to his environment. Doesn't matter what's happening. He'll take it as it comes, and then he can figure out a plan on the go, on the fly. It's just the way his mind is wired. He's playing out scenarios in his mind constantly. That's why he's so quiet. What if this happens? Well, I'll do this. Okay. Well, if I do this, then they'll do this. Okay. And then I'll have to do this because I know once I do that, then they'll respond in this manner. Right? He's playing a million scenarios out in his head constantly on a day-to-day basis. that's how he's formulating his story, I guess. GP with the super sticker, thank you. Knockface coming through. GP and V Marie sponsoring today's live stream. Thank you for supporting my channel. Remember, guys, we're 100% crowdfunded here. When they tell you don't quit your day job, they mean it. Imagine how the girls' families are feeling. Justice for Libby and Abby. Yeah, it's like digging in a fresh wound. You know, just keep poking at it. Ding, ding, ding. But from what I know of Abby and Libby's family, they're strong. They're resilient. And this isn't, the first rodeo when it comes to their girls. They've had to deal with a lot of bullshit. This won't be settled for another 2 years. Yeah, well, it should be settled by October, if not before. I mean, this is really, I think, the first time we've heard Nick mention the sealed evidence that he has. That's him kind of winking at the defense. Like, we kind of expected you to do this. Now let's start talking deal. Thank you, Ginger. Hooking me up with a Cash App. I appreciate that. And we are doing a giveaway, a raffle at the end of this month. So that should be fun. It won't be restricted to members. But if you are a member, you're already entered in. And if you're an upgraded member, you're entered in twice. And if you're registered in over on sleuthintuition.com, you're entered in. And if you donated to the Chelsea Grimm efforts, you're most likely going to get something sent out anyway. Regardless if you win or not. So like people like Don Spain and Stephanie and Kitty Wamblista be sending you guys out some merch. I'll have more information for you later. Hey, what's up, Ruckus? Welcome in. Farmer, what up? Anything I like? Good to see you. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Hi, Doris. Hey, Camaro. If the trial does take place in October for about half of it, I'll be on a cruise ship. Nice. Don't know if I'll be able to listen or not. I don't know. You might have, what is it? Starlink? It's getting pretty popular now. I think you'll be okay. You'll probably have better internet than us. For your prediction. Thank you, Audrey. Mandy, I appreciate you guys. Welcome in, Cheeks. You missed some of that. Nick, are you awake? What do you want? We're ready. And then Mr. Creepy Eyes here. I should put that on a t-shirt. Look at those eyes. Ruckus, weren't you talking about making a shirt that said like like screw Richard Allen or something like that. We should use this picture and then put like something at the bottom of it. Like fuck Richard Allen. His eyes are a common look of sociopaths. Yeah, that shit's crazy. If you like look directly into him, it's like he's looking right in the camera and he was thinking something like, I hate you, mother. I hate you, sons of guns. It's deep. It's what do you call it? Penetrating. Like into your soul. Hey, no effects. How you doing? Here comes that plea deal. Oh yeah. Seems like maybe they've got more evidence on Richard Allen. Many, myself included, believed. Yeah, I'm just not sure about that. I feel like they have enough, but imagine the thing, what else they have. I'm hearing talks of touch DNA. I'm hearing talks of the victim's DNA being found during the search. So I'm hearing a lot of rumors, but the fact is that bullet, his own testimony and witnesses in the timeline, and most importantly, Libby's video, because without Libby's video, we don't have a point of reference. So once again, good work, Libby. Remember, it was the witnesses that said, yeah, we saw this guy in black or we saw this guy in blue, whatever, doesn't matter. Because they also said the guy that they did see is the guy in Libby's video. So they have a point of reference. Because he was wearing black. If you put him in the shadows, that dark blue coat becomes black. And if he has his little blue hat on or his gray beanie with the little brim on it, that would also appear very dark. So it doesn't matter what they said his clothing color was, as long as they said, yep, that's him right there. The guy I saw is the guy in Libby's video. So that, along with that unspent bullet and the dozens of search warrants and comparisons to other 40 caliber weapons, to me, if I was sitting in a courtroom and they showed me 10 comparisons that didn't even look anything alike, there was absolutely no match. You could just tell. I looked at it for a second. Yep, not a match. And then they pull up Richard Allen's comparison, and it's like, it's going to be like a aha moment. Literally the smoking gun. So anything else to me on top of that is just verification. So if you drop touch DNA, you drop a silent witness, um, a CI like Keegan Klein, confidential informant, where he's like, well, I know for a fact that Richard Allen was there that day and he went there to meet Libby. Or maybe he was even there. Something we don't know. Yeah, I always wondered if he had curly hair. But I mean, if you walked out and looked out down a trail and you saw a guy standing there, you looked at him for 2 seconds, and then you turned around, and then a day later you tried to remember, you don't know if he was wearing a beanie or if he actually had curly hair. But you're doing the best you can to recall, to recollect. What's up, Cryptex? There is no way one person committed these murders. I think it's very easy for one person to do this. Remember, we're talking about 2 children here. I think people forget the severity of this crime. I think that gets lost on some people. Oh man. The two what? The two Utes. The two what? Let me see. I think I got something from my cousin Vinny. Oh yeah, here we go.
What? At what point did you shoot the clerk?
I shot the clerk.
Yes, when did you shoot him?
I shot the clerk.
Hey, Dean, you need you.
I shot the clerk. Confession. Just go stag, bro. It'll work itself out in the end. Who, me? He's starting to look like, okay, I'll be, I'm going to start being myself. Since the 14th of February of 2017, he's been playing a character. That's a good point too, Andy. Like, forget the rest of it. Let's hear what Patrick Swayze has to say about all this.
It'll get worse before it gets better.
All right, all right. Let's hear what Smokey had to say about the defense team and what happened to them in court today.
He gonna cry in the car.
And let's hear what Michael Corleone has to say about all of the trolls and the family bashers.
But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
What's up, Donna Carr? Another 7 years. I don't think we're going to have to wait that long. I don't even think we have to wait until October, to be honest, guys. Hey, Heather. See, Ruckus, I'm not making reservations for October either. Yep. So when I seen people scheduling live streams for that court date, I said, you jumped the gun on that one. You got it, Heather. Night Shadow. I mean, I can't say definitely BG. That video, you just can't tell. And it's really not important if we can see that individual and if we can identify him. What's important is that the witnesses can't. It's important that the witnesses can say, the guy that we saw, yeah, my guy all in black, yeah, I saw him. That's him right there in Libby's video. Yeah, I don't even see this. Yeah, I think this will be settled before October. Yeah, the many faces of Richard Allen. I think I put a collage together like that. Let me see if I have it. Todd says it seems like when BB described BG at that distance. She wasn't able to be precise with details about his face. What she believed was curly hair was a knit resembling the shape and texture of hair. Yeah, and exactly. And they don't need to get a good look at him, honestly. I don't think they need to point the finger at him in court, even though I think maybe some of them can. So the difficulty falls on the prosecution to prove, hey, we know that the witnesses saw the bridge guy. We just need to prove that Richard Allen is the bridge guy. And he's the one that told us that he actually walked out onto the bridge and was there. And he, not only that, the witnesses that ID'd him, he ID'd those witnesses back, confirming the timeline. And thank goodness they had an actual photograph of of them just before they passed Richard Allen. So yeah, I didn't get a good look at his face, but all I know is the guy that passed us is the guy in Libby's video. So they just need to prove that that's him, that Richard Allen is the guy on the bridge. So if they can convince a jury of that, and then they'll go ahead and smack the jury with that bullet evidence, it's a done deal. Anything other than that is just to reaffirm, to keep any of the jurors from having any doubt, really. So if they got touch DNA, any type of blood evidence, or um, some kind of silent witness, maybe even the trophies or something. I feel like before Richard Allen will allow that to hit the public sphere or realm, he'll call it quits. And I think that's why Nick's kind of talking about all this sealed evidence and all the information that hasn't been released to the public. Because remember, the defense isn't going to reveal any damning information that could hurt their case. They're just going to throw out a bunch of nonsense that's going to make their guy look innocent. Right? They're trying to cast out. So anything that's solid or hurtful to them, Nick McClellan is in no hurry to put that out there. What is he? He doesn't need us to have it. They got their guy. They don't need the public anymore. They just need that courtroom. In 18 days to seal the deal. All right, let's zip down here to the bottom. Hey, Cindy. Doris, you have Starlink? Okay, great. I heard it was a little pricey. Did you have to get some expensive equipment? Because when we move off grid, that's we're going right in. We're going to get some Starlink. True crime and other stuff. Good to see you. I wonder why they think Richard Allen will be safer in prison. Did Jeffrey Epstein find his end in a prison? Yeah, in a federal prison. The reason they believe that, true crime, and we did a live stream on it, statistically, you are safer in prison because the problem is when it comes to jails, people are pending trial. So they're going through that suicidal phase, their world is crashing down on them. Prison is after all of that. Prison is, I've been convicted. I've already accepted the reality of the situation. I'm going to I'm facing 50 years and then parole in 20. I'll do, it's not that bad in here. But before that, all of your skeletons are being yanked out of your closet. You're depressed, yeah, it's very dangerous there. Not because somebody's going to come shank you, but that danger is still there, but the danger is more self-harm than anything, and them not being able to watch Richard Allen, especially if he's talking about hurting himself. Yeah, you should go check out that live stream we did on it. We had a lot of experts explaining statistically more people self-harm in a jail than by far, and I'm talking by far, than they do in prison. Gotcha, farmer. Hey, what's up, Vic? The blue-eyed devil. But not blue, right? It's like gray and sometimes brown. Like look over here to the left, right here. Like kind of a little hazel. Then up here, they're very dark. He's got those eyes that seem to change depending on the lighting in the room or where he's at. He can. Richard Allen can eat shit. Oh, I like that. I like the double. What is that? An entendre? Hope I'm using that word right. Periwinkle. So we should. All right, I'm gonna do it. See if I can put that out in the merch shop. Brown Skittle, good to see you. That 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, it goes right through you. He's not looking at the camera. He's like looking at the little demon sitting on the cameraman's shoulder. Wondering, when will this all be over? When will you let me go? Hey, Leslie. Good, good. Oh, they'll let you purchase the internet. I thought, wouldn't they just provide it to you? If they have Starlink, they should just allow you to hook up to it. Hey, Cindy. So weird. My coworkers and I were just talking about Wi-Fi packages and cruises. Devil with the blue coat on. That reminds me of Sister Act. Another delay, Charlotte. Just as we predicted. This guy does not want to go to trial. Remember, he wanted to catch Nick on the back foot, right? We want to catch you on the back foot. I'm an innocent man. We're gonna go ahead and take you on head on with a speedy trial. Put your cards on the table. That never happened. 2 years. This guy's been locked up for 2 years. While Baldwin and Rosie have gotten a free promo at the expense of victims, Richard Allen's own family, and the state of Indiana. So I don't know. He hasn't shown any remorse. I'm not sure what's going on with the death penalty, but I feel like this is the kind of guy that the person who should be facing the death penalty. If you're going to go ahead and pull these kind of stunts and this shit from day one in that office, that's what Holman was referring to in that transcript. You're going to pull this shit because he doesn't give a damn. He's never cared. He can bring that echo chamber of a mind, that fantasy realm, anywhere he goes. All he has to do is tap out of reality, and there he is in his happy place. I'm not sure, Audrey. Base Girl, he said the shirt is going to say Richard Allen eats shit. Oh, well, I don't want to steal his idea. I'll just do the mug shot. And I'll say, fuck Richard Allen. Confession with crime scene details, possibly. I don't understand why that would be sealed. This is something sealed. They're protecting it. I don't know what the hell it is. It would. I don't think it's DNA because I think that would fall under the category of like a science element. It has to be something that the defense has no answer for. They have no response for this piece of evidence. So what the hell could it be? Because we know they would have leaked it. They would have found a way to somehow get it to the public view. Gosh. I mean, I'm so stuck on that damn Keegan Klein shit with the Wabash River search. It's like a glitch in my matrix right now. I'm not liking it. It doesn't make any sense. Why are they signing him through everything confidential and sealed? And then bringing him to the Grissom Air Force Base the day the Wabash River search starts. Why the hell is that all happening? Only for 4 weeks later, they have the lost tip narrative. And then they only conduct the search for 1 more week, and then it's over. 2 weeks later, Richard Allen is in custody. Or not in custody, his home is searched and his firearm and vehicle is seized. And then maybe a week and 2 days or something like that, then he's arrested. I mean, what is that all about? Were they going through old tips and some of the old tips led them to go search the river? So while they're searching the river, they're going through more old tips. Boom, who's this Rick Allen Whiteman character? They can't find a Rick Allen Whiteman. Like, how do they had to have found something. They found a magnet to pull out that needle from the haystack. They didn't find the needle. They had a point of reference. And that had to have been found during that search. That means that Keegan Klein is either a suspect in this or he is a CI. Or I'm just a stupid idiot. Yeah, my confirmation bias is on full display. What do you mean you disagree? I mean, all you got to do is look at the bridge guy image. Here, I'll pull it up. This is an easy one to prove, Cryptex. Blue, black. Blue in the light, black in the shade. Thank you, Leslie. I think so, Cindy. I think so. I think it is that time. This is the first time Nick's even mentioned the sealed information to the public. That is his signal to the defense. We're ready to work with you. Like your shit's falling apart. The judge sees right through everything. And we're either going to trial or you guys are going to plead out. Yeah, whatever it is, it's sealed. I believe the defense knows their client is sunk. Yeah, this has all been about buying time for a guilty man. Try to get him off on a technicality, try to find any loose ends, anything to exploit for his benefit. And them getting more time is only going to serve that purpose and also serve Nick because they're not done. They're still searching. If they find something new, they can present it in court. So they're looking for new witnesses, their victims, anything they can find that can help their case. Like I said, if you're innocent, you want a speedy trial. You don't want to give your accuser all this time to pile up all this evidence on you. You know, remember catching him on the back foot? So that was all bogus. And I told you guys from the beginning, actions speak louder than words. Watch what they do, not what they say. Nick. Nick. Are you awake? What? We're ready. Oh. Welcome in Nevada. BTK killed a family, including 2 grown adults, single-handedly. Thomas Jerome Bruce killed one and assaulted 2 others. He basically kidnapped 3 women at one time and was going to sexually assault all 3. He went to the first victim and said, "Take off all your clothes." She said no. He shot her right in the head. Didn't even hesitate. Turned and looked at the other girls, said, "Take off your clothes." Guess what they did? Exactly what he told them to do. They are lucky to be alive. Yeah, Leslie, it's coming. He'll beg for one. And I think all he'll ask for is the death penalty to be taken off the table. You know, all his fans can write him in prison, send him love letters. They know he's guilty. That's why they're fighting for him. It's that simple, guys. Good versus evil. I wish it wasn't that simple, but it is. Whether they realize it or not. Yeah, me too, Saint. I mean, if you guys go watch the Apple River stabbings, I mean, all this guy did was pull out a knife and extend it. He didn't violently swing it. He didn't bring it down in a stabbing motion. He literally just pushed his hand out in front of him with the knife in his hand. And when he felt the blade go into the flesh, he kind of pulled up a little bit on the top and ruined lives, destroyed lives with just a swift movement of the hand and a sharp object. He didn't pick anybody up. He didn't If anything, he was getting his ass kicked. All he did was stick his hand out a few times, killed one guy, and, well, you know the rest. What happened to the other gentleman? Yep. And then we have the gun, and he most likely was hitting with the gun, hitting with the gun and rechambering rounds for intimidation. Remember, a Sig Sauer, that full metal gun, it probably weighs a pound and a half, if not more, at least a pound. And then with the full magazine in there, if you hit somebody in the face with that thing, that's going to hurt. It could fracture your skull. Crystal blue persuasion. Richard Allen won't take a plea. Innocent people don't go back to prison. Libby's video is manufactured. That will eventually come out in court. Well, of course it was manufactured. Not only was it uploaded to Snapchat, law enforcement edited the hell out of that thing. Looks like they are trying to get him looking better for trial. Well, they did give him a haircut, I guess. They should have given him a haircut before this photograph. And now they got him going for the grandpa next door. He can't wait to be a grandfather. Well, if he goes forward with a plea deal and they get the death penalty off, he'll get to know his grandkids. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, Ron Logan's definitely capable as well. Like I said, it doesn't take much. I think even another teenager could have done it. If you have a sharp weapon, I mean, it doesn't take much pressure to, force it into flesh. It's more of the moving and the staging part that would take some kind of physicality. I think he is in Allen County jail right now. Not anymore. He's probably on his way back to prison now. I think that's what. I can't remember what the name of that prison is. Yeah, women in general too. So when people underestimate women, when I was a younger person, there was this woman that she wasn't a woman. She was a little bit younger than me at the time. I think I was like 20, maybe 21, 22. Well, I had a couple friends that hung around this girl, and I went to high school with her older sister. But she was terrifying. She was this little, petite, cute girl. But man, she was known for stabbing people. She tried to kill a guy one time. So she would literally, like, if you get into an argument with her, I heard one time she pulled out a knife and like stabbed a guy in the shoulder. So it doesn't take much. I mean, this girl was tiny, and I remember I was afraid of her. I was like, don't bring her around here. I was like, I'm afraid of that girl. Mandy, I think Young Guy Sketch and BG are the same guy. Just can't explain why I think that. Well, we do have this. This is the best way that I can explain it. I don't know if this helps at all. Okay, these photos were taken on the same day. So this is not a question. I meant to say both photos were taken the same day. So if you have Richard Allen looking upward with a beanie on his head, kind of stretching out that turkey neck and getting good light on his face, he looks young. He looks like the young sketch. All right, same day. Head down, different lighting. You can kind of get an idea of his facial hair, little turkey neck. Boom, you got the older sketch. Most likely the reasoning for this weird hat, he's probably wearing the same hat here. Or if he's wearing a ball cap, a baseball cap, he probably had the hood over most of the hat and you can just see a little bit of the bill sticking out. But this is the best way I can explain it. Lighting. Same day, same person. If you were, let's say you were walking in this bar just to go to the restroom. And when you walked in, you walked by this guy. And then on your way out, you saw this. You may not even know it was the same person. So the trial is going to be in October? Yes. Yeah, Todd. Who's to say he didn't cross that bridge? But I get your point. And why are the girls just kind of so nonchalant about the weather and the killer is layered up? I'm starting to think he had a bag over his shoulder. He had a bag over his shoulder and he kept his holster and gun in that bag. So I have a feeling that he actually took his holster and his gun out of the bag, put the holster and gun in his pocket, and then when he confronted the girls, he just took the gun out with the holster still in his pocket, jacket pocket. So what other items are in this bag? We've heard talk of rope, yellow rope. Maybe one of his weird knives that he has, a katana, a mini katana, something very sharp. But he hasn't been convicted. Okay, I'll go watch your live stream. Yeah, go check it out. It's interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of good experts on there, a lot of people that know what they're talking about, and it'll change your mind. So if you're worried about Richard Allen and him possibly being innocent and making sure he gets a fair trial, and you care about his safety, you don't want this man in a county jail. So I don't understand when the pro Richard Allen folks bring that part up. Why would they want him in a county jail? It's like they want him to die. Because if he dies, then he's a martyr now. And they can say, "See, I told you." I told you they would Epstein him. Well, that's what he'll do to himself if given the chance. I'm looking at your email right now, Steve. Oh yeah. There you have it. Why did they put out eyes are not blue? Well, it's weird. It's like his eyes aren't blue. I don't know if I would call that blue. It's like gray, green, different lighting. Sometimes it's like green. And to me, these kind of eyes are a good reason to say, well, they're not blue. Like, I don't know how to explain it. They're not blue, though. Like, he has those kind of eyes where it'd be kind of hard to explain what the color, what the color of his eyes are. And that's kind of what I expected when I heard that. Ruckus says, at the end of the day, it appears that the defense attorneys are the ones that are full of shit and not Richard Allen. Well, the way I look at it is they're both willing participants, right? They need to lean on denial and he needs to feed them that. So he knows his role. They don't need to sit down and have a huddle about what they need to do. He knows he's on the defense side and that he needs to play this character. They don't need to coach him on that. He's already he's ready to play the character. He's been playing it. And the defense is, they need that to continue with what they do. They need to ride that deniability wave. That's all. That's their fuel. So the more he tells them he's innocent, the more they can feed off that bullshit. Figure around and find out. Hey, Sylvia. GP, I think his name would be Putty Tat. Yeah, he's going to be, what do they call that? Protected, in a protected in segregation. What's up, Frank? All right, guys, we're going to catch up on chat and get out of here. I just wanted to kind of update you on what I heard from Frank and everybody, what's going on with the Delphi case. Good to see you, Anna. Hey, Mandy. Same nose. Yeah, maybe he's trying to make the eyes look different. Cindy says, watching all the defense-loving YouTubers change from Ron Logan to Odinist over the last couple weeks has been pretty epic. Well, yeah, what's their theory? I'm confused. One moment it's like the Odinism, then they're accusing Becky, Mike, and Kelsey. Like, what? That's so weird to me. And then it's back to the Odinism stuff. I don't even think Rosie could talk about Ron Logan or Keegan Kline, because Aki and Rosie were partners, and Aki was representing both of them, Ron Logan and Keegan Kline. So I always thought that would be like an ace in the pocket for Nick McClelland to kind of drop the Keegan Kline stuff on them and say, well, guess what? Yeah, this is going to trial with the Keegan Kline information, and you can't be a part of it because it's a conflict of interest for you. Bye. It was just kind of an afterthought. Pro Richard Allen camp is running on pure emotion, 100% emotion. Not only that, it's all about the disruption. That's all. That's what it is. They get off on disrupting. It has nothing to do about innocence, justice, Richard Allen, or anything. It's all about the disruption. It's that simple. They get off on it. They get off on being able to create the chaos and manipulate others. Because if what it is if once they realize that they've been manipulated, if they can manipulate others, they're not alone anymore. Misery needs company. Now we're in a full blown echo chamber and we're all happy and outraged. Hey, Jamie. Good morning. Hey, BN Mama, what's up? Where you been hiding? I got you. H. Nixon says KK is still part of the picture. He led to the arrest, in my opinion. Man, I wish I could get over that. I mean, what else could it be? We're just not privy to the information that is sealed and suppressed. So you think that's relating to Keegan Klein in some way or another? Man, I just wish I could get over that shit. I hate that. But every time I go over it in my head, it's just like I just can't understand that. The hell are they doing? Searching the Wabash River, taking Keegan Klein into custody the same day, 4 weeks later, handing over the lost tip narrative, only to search the river for a whole nother week, and then they arrest Richard Allen? Like this all happened within less than 2 months. Well, about 2 months. I can't get over it. So if Keegan Klein has nothing to do with this, I have a lot of reflecting to do in the way I look at these cases and things like that, for sure. And I'm more than willing to do that. Cat hair, science element, human element is what we were told early on. Even with all the security measures and our various numbers like birth dates used for identification, mistakes and changes in names can mess up the system. Richard Allen Whiteman, for instance, intentional or not. I feel it was intentional. Everybody asks, well, how could Dan Doolin overlook Richard Allen? I say, well, Richard Allen. That's how. The same way everybody overlooked Richard Allen. So that's why I say hindsight when it comes to the Dan Doolin stuff, because you're not taking into consideration the Richard Allen effect, the whole Jedi mind trick of it all. You know, I'm just a little guy. I'm a family man. I'm incapable of this horrendous murder. You know, walking, maybe even looking all frail, you know, taking the interview looking like all pathetic and shit. A proactive killer, the same kind of man who comes forward knowing damn well he's the man they're looking for. Why? Because he's a fantasy driven person. He's played out every scenario in his mind. And he knew after running those scenarios that if he did not come forward, it will make him look guilty when they come finding him. It's that simple. If I don't come forward, they'll come to me. And at that point, it's over for me. They'll be able to get a search warrant because they'll tell the judge, well, he didn't come forward. We didn't know he was on the trail. Okay, that's enough for me. Go search his home. But if they try to bring it to a judge, they're going to say, well, what did this man say? Well, he was there. He said he was there. He was hiking. Is that it? No, he said he saw these 3 girls, but not the victims. Well, then you have nothing. I can't go search a man's home for hiking on the trails. It's not enough. So for him being proactive, it bought him 6 years. Him covering the bodies with sticks bought him 23 hours. If he wouldn't have bought himself 23 hours, he would have never been able to figure out how to buy himself 6 years. He's doing the same thing right now through this process. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm seeing the patterns with him. Could TK have been the CI that led to the arrest? Yeah, it's possible. There's definitely no real information other than the words coming out of a known pedophile. Keegan Klein is the one pointing at Tony Klein. And really, Tony Klein on paper doesn't have this huge rap sheet or anything that they tried to paint him as. So maybe he is cooperating. Maybe he made a deal. I don't know. You had Keegan trying to basically say that he was a CSAMmer too. But we also know that Officer Vito didn't seem to agree with all that. But I think we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, it's just hard to let that stuff go. And it's not that I need to let it go. It's just I just can't make sense of it. So it's a little frustrating. Well, it's just hard because of the premeditated, well, what appears to be premeditated and pre-planned, a killing that was pre-planned. Let me go to this email real quick. Welcome in, Steve, True Crime Web. Okay, so this is going to the witness description. One saying light blue, some saying dark, are wearing black. This is a video done by Steve from True Crime Web. Let's take a look here. And then we'll get out of here. All right, so we got a man wearing blue jacket, blue jeans. Next second, a man wearing dark clothing, almost appearing to wear a black jacket and a black hat. I think this is very similar to what was going on the bridge, too. So, yeah, I think that clears it up, Cryptex. You got a dark blue jacket, you put that in some shade, it can easily be confused as black because it becomes black. Most black really is just dark blue. What's up, Tech Death? I just don't know if it's Richard Allen still innocent until proven guilty. Or until he pleads. Until he confesses officially. Which is what's going to happen. Hey, what's up, Sharon? Thank you for that, Steve. I appreciate that. I think we can close the books on what was going on with the witnesses. Some describing seeing a guy in all black, some seeing, just different descriptions. All that matters is they all agreed that the man that they saw was the same man that was captured on Libby's video. So I want to give a shout out to Liberty German for knowing that she needs to get this guy on film, knowing what was about to happen, and having the guts to do that. Without her, it definitely would have been it would be more difficult because they wouldn't have that. They wouldn't have that reference. Okay, witnesses, is this the guy you saw? Yeah, that's him. That's him right there. That's the guy that passed us. The guy that's on the bridge right there in your photo? Yep, that's him. Okay, well, that's our bridge guy. This is the guy who's telling him down the hill. And anybody who says all this Photoshop stuff, of course it was Photoshopped. Libby's video was put up on Snapchat first and foremost, which already provides its own editing. And we know that the video was edited, like drastically. I don't like what are you trying to prove? That they did what they said they did and edited the video? P226 fully loaded weighs 2.28 pounds. Damn, that's heavy. That's heavy. It's a block of metal. And I guarantee there's part of that video where he hits those girls with that weapon. I guarantee it. And I know grown men that wouldn't have argued with him after that point. This guy's carrying a knife and a gun. Hey, return the diamonds. Love being able to catch up with y'all. Busy day at work though. Thanks, Sleuth, for all you continue to do. I'll be on your merch shop later. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're opened up on sleuthintuition.com if you guys want to go support. Don't judge my website just yet. It's under construction. And I'll be pretty busy the rest of the week. I have to edit all of the Chelsea Grim footage from our personal investigation that we conducted. And I've already found a lot. I'll put out a little teaser for you guys today, a couple snips from my interviews. And everything that we found so far, I've already sent over to Detective Luna. So I have direct contact with him now. He's the lead investigator out of Williams, Arizona. And we did find some interesting things, guys. So who knows? Maybe I'll hear back about it. Maybe I won't. And I can't wait to share that stuff with you. But we have over 27 hours of footage that I have to go through. I want to analyze everything first before I even start worrying about the documentary and the video and all of that. I want to make sure we're paying close attention to anything that might have been captured. Because we've already had success with analyzing the first 6 hours of footage. We did find something very substantial. Very proud of that. And hopefully it'll generate something. So I want to thank everybody again for joining me here on this live. Justice for Abby and Libby is coming. I know it. Be calm. Don't let anybody gaslight you. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.